Hi everyone. Just getting set up. Not going to be a massively long live today. So while I'm waiting for people, I'm going to start doing some crochet. Although, there we go, put that down there. I'm not really that impressed with this yarn. As I was saying today in my vlog chat, if you've not found my vlog chat, I do one more or less every day over on Crochet Rocks, called a Rocks Chat. And I'm just making sure this is around the right way. It wasn't. Whoever said I was a professional. So bear with me a second. Let's sort a few bits out. I normally have to text a few people to say that I'm going on. So I'll just do that. Not sure. I might have some people in already. I'll have a look in a sec. Where's my phone? Here it is. I'm a bit late. Late to my own party, guys. Late to my own party. Oh, that's a message. I must make this silent because it will start up an alarming alarming rate. Okay, where is it? Is it there? It is. Woo woo! Don't forget the thummies, everybody. Who we got? Tracy. Hi, Tracy. And MJ Busy Michelle J. Good morning. I see sleety day in the Midwest. I'm well, thank you. It's lovely and sunny here, actually. I don't know how cold it is. I've not been outside. I've been doing my tax return. So, yeah, it's been pretty chilly in here. Hi, Tammy. Good to see you. And Granny Tammy. I've got two Tammys. I do love to have two Tammys. So, how are you all? Good, I hope. So yeah, Rock Steady, where we are right now, is actually monetized. Can you believe it? I mean, wow. That's cool, isn't it? I didn't think it would ever, I didn't think it would ever happen. I did not think that it ever would, but here we are. I'm still in my own ad, funnily enough. So I'll be there in about, very soon. I'm actually competing with my own video today. I've just uploaded a book review and I'm actually competing with it, which is weird, isn't it? When you think about it. It absolutely is. So where are we? Oh, look, more's happened. Maritza, hello, hello, hello. Where are we? It's been raining for the next 4 to 5 days in Louisiana. Ew. That's not good, is it? And Marlene. Hello, Marlene. I love that name. I used to have a boss called Marlene. And I'm sure you're nothing like her. She was, well, scary. She was a scary one. Absolutely. And very, very pale. And for some reason, she really liked me because I think it was because I was like very good at that particular job. So she didn't have to do anything. She just leave it all to me and then take all the credit. One of those people. And whenever she would walk by, because she was so pale, and it was almost like a chill went by at the same time. And I used to go to people, well, hey, she's out of a coffin. Watch it. But she was really, really, she was very nice to me. I was the only person with this big open plan office. I was the only person she would offer a sweetie to. I'm not sure if that was a good thing because they say, you know, that dodgy people offer you sweeties to get in their car and stuff like that. So whether she was just one of... But yeah, I was the only one she ever gave a sweet to, that's for sure. Very strange, some people, you know. They are. Especially in this neck of the woods. When I first moved here, I couldn't believe it, just how, well, I don't know how to put it, but how different and odd the people were. But, you know, I got used to it. got used to it now. Not everybody's like it, thankfully, but where we moved to, the road that my parents moved to, we were never really considered, even, you know, and I mean a good 20 years afterwards, we were still considered outsiders and newcomers, one of those kind of areas. So I brought in a very snazzy beaker. Picked this up on holiday when we went to Cornwall, went to Charlestown, and there was this bar, and they give you these, you have to pay £1 for them. And they said that when you come back, you get your drinks cheaper every time, and then if you give them back at the end of the day, give you £1 back. But most people don't give them back because they just want them. They are really groovy. So groovy, man. So we have a collection of these. Quite a lot of them are different. Got a couple with this big kind of Ella Love written on them, but they are cool, and they're great for the garden. So you know, whenever, we never gave them back. We just kept them. You know, can't really pay £1 for a good beaker, can you, these days? Well, that's a bit lively. I'll wait. I'll wait for it to, it's like half a, well, no, maybe more than half a cup of froth. Lovely. So, how are you all? What have you been doing? Are you crocheting anything, or knitting anything, or doing anything fun? I've been using this mandala yarn, and I was moaning about that today. It's a Lion Brand mandala in these moody blue colours, which I do love. It's a 3-weight. It's meant to be baby. I don't know. You could use it for a baby, but it's rough, and it's not that nice colours for a baby. I like it because it's blue and it's moody, but you know, it's not the greatest of yarns. I must admit, I've used the 4-weight, the Lion Brand 4-weight ombre mandala cakes, and they are gorgeous to work with. This one, not. I mean, has anybody had the same experience with these Lion Brand mandala cakes? Because I was a bit shocked by it, to be honest with you, when I first thought, really, this doesn't feel at all like the others. Finished up again, now working on a baby blanket, and everybody's saying hello to everybody else. Don't forget the thummies. I don't know how many we'll get. I did sort of spring it on that I was going to go live. Gary will come home in about half an hour, but he will just burst in, not knowing. I might have to message him. I'm doing a live. Come and say hello, and don't swear or burp. You hear every noise in this house, to be honest with you. And I should have closed the bathroom door, because every now and then the tank just goes glug, 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 slosh, slosh. For some reason, I have no idea why, but it's like a massive air bubble just suddenly dissipates or something. But I keep, every time it happens on a live stream, I just think, you didn't shut the door, did you? It's only a small house bungalow, very small one. Excuse me, I have a bit, my hair is itching, my back. It's very wild, untamed hair today. So yeah, not has anybody used those mandala cakes and had, you know, not such nice results with the 3 weights, the DK weight ones? These ones are gorgeous. These 4-weight ombres, I absolutely love them. I was talking about it on my chat this morning, but these are lovely to work with, but that one really isn't. But I will use it. I will use both. I've got 2 of them, and I was thinking of putting another one in between, also blues, but it would break it up. It would look like it was kind of meant to be like it. Well, I'm hoping it will look like it was kind of meant to be like it, but I'm not absolutely sure. And where am I? Sorry about this, hang on a sec. Where are we? Good morning, Teresa. Good to see you. Don't forget the thummy. So yeah, I've been busy all morning doing tax. It's the first year that I've had to do it because the this is from the tax year 2022 April to April 2023. So April 2021 to 2022, I didn't make any sales. I was getting ready. I was, writing the website with Chris, and all of that was going on, and I was purchasing stuff. But obviously, I can't claim against. Well, I think I did transfer it over, but I didn't wait to get an answer from them about that because I was worried I wouldn't get it done in time. So I've now submitted the return. Oh well, say lovey, as they say. You love the mandala cakes. You've used loads of DK and 4-weight cakes. You love the colour changes and the ombres. I was just a bit shocked because this one, I'll get it, hang on. This is the one. Oh, I'm going to have a landslide. It was this one. And it's called Mandala Baby. And that's the one I've been using. Now, it doesn't feel rough as such. But when you work with it, it doesn't feel the way this feels. This actually glides and feels lovely and soft. Willowy soft, I would say, really, really nice. But this one, it really doesn't. It's soft, don't get me wrong, and it probably wash up well because, it might even be better once it's washed up. But, it's just not as nice. I'm having a bit of a funny half an hour with this. Oh, I know why. Silly me. I am a silly Billy. There we go. So yeah, I don't know. It's not not as cool, I don't think, as that stuff. This is lovely to work with. I've made several things with that. It's beautiful, and I've got lots of it. But I only have a few of these, and I have to say, I'm glad about that. I've lost my chat now. I don't know why. Why is the chat gone? There it is. I'm back. That's what it was. It was halted. It's because I don't usually like working with phones to do stuff. I prefer, and little ads keep popping across my screen. The ones that are like, they interrupt your page sort of thing. Not ads that, are like little videos, but them ones that fly across your chat. I don't know if you've seen them. Every day I think, oh, I'll pop into Granny D's live stream tonight and say hello. I see a little post from her saying, sorry folks, no live stream tonight because of X or Y. And I think, oh well, maybe I won't then. I won't go and say hello to Dee. And then on the days that she does do them, I'm probably like really busy and can't get in. It's typical, isn't it? I keep missing her. Lulu's Treasure Trove, hi. So nice to catch me on my live. Yeah, it is. I've only just started. It's not going to be a mega long one. Beth, hello. Lovely to see you too. Goodness gracious. Don't forget the thumbie. How are you, Beth? What have you been up to? I haven't seen you for a long, long time. A long, long time. So I am crocheting. I always said that I wouldn't do crocheting on this one. But I'm probably get to the end of the round and then I'll stop. So I don't like leaving it in between now I started. But I prefer to keep up with the chat on Rocksteady. I might abandon it. See how it goes. If I'm clever enough or not. You do like the cakes, some are more than others. You found that the cotton you've been using lately sort of grabbed on the hook. I hate it when it does that. This is acrylic, but yeah. I hate it. I just bought a new cotton for hobbyrocks.co.uk, if you haven't found it already. And I bought that organic, naturals organic from Stylecraft. So I've got the King Cole Cotton Smooth, which is silky and beautiful. But the naturals organic, it's really lovely. I absolutely know the colours. The colours in that, they blow me away. So I'm definitely going to make something with that soon. Cheers, guys. Look, that froth disappeared and all I've got is that much in the cup. It was just all froth. Right, be back after this. Oh, I've got a Coke. Well, a diet one. Weirdly, now it's all defrothed, I can actually empty the can into it. Bizarre. Oh, I needed that though. I've been drinking tea, well, every day, all day. And I thought, you know, I really need a cold drink. It's been really warm today. I know it sounds silly in the depth of winter when we've had storms, but it is actually really, really mild now. I can't odds it. You either freeze to death or you sweat. Just no in between with this country. Hang on a moment. Been working on Afghan and started finishing up a scarf. You got moved to full time, so hardly ever any fun time. Oh no, but you still watch. Oh bless you. I hope you still crochet using all that lovely yarn you bought from me. Does it slide on your hook? It does. I will actually do some swatching, so swatch out for that. Sorry, that was bad. Watch out for that on Crochet Rocks. I'll swatch some. I will do that. I'll do some of the cotton silk and I'll compare it with the Stylecraft and we'll make swatches and see how slippy it is. We like it to be slippy. You use boys. Don't get boys, you know, not in this country. I mean, I saw, when I had a little look, I thought I will have a little look and see if I can stock some. People might be interested to try them. But the ones I saw weren't really, there weren't that much to choose from. But, you know, I might look into things again. I have got to, it seems that mostly I put in repeat orders to 2 companies. And it's what I sell the most of, obviously. And one of them is Stylecraft. I'm always ordering from them because I run out of stuff and then I'll try new. And the other one is Tulip. I just can't seem to finish my order with Tulip. Then I've got to start another one. And I have near enough, well, a few people recently have been buying the crochet hook sets. I must be cheaper than most. I don't know. But even the most expensive ones have been selling. I've got about 2 left of the Tulip ones. And I keep buying those I-cord knitters. And I get a big batch of them. And then they just fly out the door. So I've now got to put in another order for more crochet hook sets. And I-cord knitters. But that'll break the bank, I can tell you. They're not cheap. They have broken some prim hooks with cotton. Never had an issue. Guess you're not fast enough for that. Well, I think some people are quite... What's the word? Can't say they're hard crocheters, but some people are loose and some people are tight. And I think the tighter you crochet, the more pressure that you're applying. I'm fairly loose. My mum was mega loose. If she ever, you know, if I had a big project that I was making and I get a bit bored, or my mum was a bit bored and she'd be looking at what I'm doing and she'd say, let me do a couple of rows for you. I think, go on then. But my stitch would be this long, hers would be like this. So it never really worked out, you know. Mum, now look at it. Because she was really loose, mega, mega loose. Don't know how she managed it. You've been using the same hook for 40 years. Same hooks rather than the same one. But, yeah, I tend to use the same, I must admit. I mean, obviously, when I started, the only hooks you could get were those ones that are this colour. You know what I mean? Bog standard. That was it. And they were Millwood hooks. And then these things came out, these aluminium ones. And then I used those as well as the bog standard ones. But since these have been out, I cannot do without now. For some reason, when I try to use these, I get a hand ache because I've got so used to using ones with this gubbins on there that this makes me kind of scrunch up too much now and I feel like I'm getting a bit pained. So I don't use them anymore. If though, it's a big hook, so I've got to use like, not necessarily one this size. This is one from my shop. I sell this one and a purple one. But I'm going to sneeze. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. If I'm using a big hook, then I can use those aluminium ones. I know it's not aluminum, it's aluminium. I can use them because they're nice and fat anyway. But it's when they get to be thin hooks, it gets thinner and thinner. If they made just so it was fat up here and then it went thin, I think people would buy those, you know. I think they would. But yeah, where's my hook? I'm just putting it down. Silly me. But yeah, I can't use the really, really thin ones anymore without something of a handle. I've become accustomed to it. Hello, Julie! Woohoo! I know, I say these things, so I don't really. I just did an open with me, and it was for a book. It was just one of my comments about the table runner. If you haven't seen that yet, please watch it after this. Yeah. I know, it was funny. Yours are all aluminium. I like the Susan Bates. People sent them to me as a Happy Mail thing. But again, I did buy Susan Bates. Had some spongy kind of things you just slide the hook in. And I found once I put them in, I was so much better with those. Because they're just too skinny. I can't, you know, I've got used to having this. Even though this isn't that wide, you know, I've got used to it. I just cannot do it. So another thing I'm going to do soon is I bought a knockoff tulip red from Temu, or one if you want to call it Temu, I don't know. But I bought one because I thought, right, colour, let's see what they're like. So straight away I could see they weren't so shiny. They were a bit more different red. Obviously they can't mimic the colour, but they weren't shiny, and they weren't exactly the same. They didn't even look the same size. So I thought I would do a compare and contrast and see how they fare. So I'll do that soon. And Julie, lovely Julie, sent me some swatches, and I did one of the videos, but there's some more that I need to do, so I'll do that. But I will swatch up that cotton and show you that to see if it's slippy cotton or not. You saved to your watch list. Well, hey, that's what I like to hear. I'm getting cold now. I need to make this bigger quick, don't I? Oh, I don't like this yarn, I have to say. I've got a lot of it to use up. I'm only on the first cake. But I will use it. I won't abandon it. I will kind of get through it. It's a perfect colour for my living room, although it will probably end up in one of our cars as a little lap blanket. I don't like being really hot in the car because I find it's very drying, and I end up driving along, or probably you be in Gary's car, and my face starts to burn up. And you turn off your little blower your side, but it's still kind of really hot in the car. So I tend to turn it off or drive a bit off, and then I think, or even sometimes when it's on, I feel like my legs are a bit cold. So I like to put one over my knees. I've definitely turned into my mother. No, I haven't. She would have had this place sweltering. No kidding. She was always cold, my mother. You know, she could be cold in a sauna, that woman. Tell you. Your favourite hooks are the wooden furls hooks. You have all the major brands, but the furls don't hurt your hand. I have one of those wooden furls, unless I gave it away. I might have given it away. I might have put it in someone's order, you know, or sent it off with some kind of Happy Mail to someone. I can't remember now. The reason I think I might have done is because I can't find it. Although, having said that, I haven't looked. You know, I've looked for stuff, but I haven't looked specifically for that hook. And I always said I'll try that. It used to stick out. I used to have it sort of sticking out in one of these cubbies so that I would remember to use it one day and see what it was like. And I never did. So it is possible that I put it away somewhere in one of those very safe places that we have, you know, never to be seen again until one day when you can't use it anymore for some reason or another. But I do that all the time. You've never tried them. I've got, I don't know, probably not in here. I've got a furl here somewhere, which is an Odyssey. And I used to sell them. And I sold one on eBay. And I sent it off. And straight away, this woman, she started complaining that it was all bent and not as described. So she sent a photograph and you know, in the case, and said, you know, it was bent, this, that, and the other. And I sent a photograph back because I took photographs for my shop. So there was my photograph. As you can see, it's in perfect condition. I don't know if she's just trying to send back an old one that she's managed to somehow bend, but you can see mine was perfect. So she lost her case. But yeah, I used to sell them, but I would have to buy those from another country, and that just means shipping. And well, I used to have to always pay duties, so shipping and duties just meant that it made an expensive hook way more expensive for me, so there's no point. You bought some of that mandala you don't like from Lovecrafts before you knew me. You didn't like it either, but the mandala ombre you used a few times. Can you... You can be an acrylic yarn snob, I believe, because this one's beautiful. And it is the same make, isn't it? Supposedly. And yet, it really is not. They are not equal in any way. This feels... It's supposed to be for baby. This feels like baby. This doesn't. This is 4-weight, I know, but it's silky soft and smooth, where this one feels like I feel like I'm crocheting with acrylic string. That's what it feels like, acrylic string. It's not nice at all, but I will get through it. I will, with another slurp. I need that, I tell you. Really thirsty today. I think it's because I'm low carbing. It does tend to make you dry mouthed and a bit thirsty. I've noticed it's, especially if you've got like smoked bacon, it's even more so. So yeah, but the downside is, oh, I need the loo. Oh, I need it every time because you know, I drink so much. I suppose that's not a bad thing, really. We are supposed to, but then it's supposed to be water, isn't it? Really? Yeah, I do drink water. Don't get me wrong. So, what else have I got to tell you? Oh yes, I'm going to do an unboxing on this channel for something I got for Christmas that I'd asked for, and it's so much more than I asked for. I haven't had it out of the box yet, so I figured I would do that. It looks kind of cool, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to keep you in suspenders. Am I nearly there yet? No. You know what it is when you're making something and it goes round and round and round? In the end, you think, oh, I've not even made it round yet. I don't like doing square ones, but I figured I'd give it a square this time. Don't do them that often. Your husband's diabetic and always low carbing. He says with a dry... Yeah, he stays with the dry mouth. It's meant to help, isn't it? It's meant to bring down your BM if you, you know, if you're low carb. It's meant to it can be a corrective diet for a few ailments. So I'm hoping it'll correct all mine that I haven't been diagnosed with and sort them out. I'm not diabetic, but I think the level when they check your blood is 41 and I was 48. So according to them, I was approaching it. But yeah, I wasn't like imminent or anything. But I thought if I can reverse anything, I maybe should try. But yeah, I keep thinking. I get these like tests done and everything, and they always come back, oh, it's clear. And yet, at the beginning, I'm like, I'm really tired, and I've got all this, and so it's probably B12. I don't think I've ever had that checked, and everybody's B12 seems to be low. Even my son Michael has low B12 and has to have injections for it. But then again, he's been diagnosed with this really weird blood disorder where his blood gets too thick, and he has to keep going regularly to have blood taken, like, and not put back, you know, just taken, so that his body makes new blood that's not thick. And it seems to be working. His levels have returned to normal. We had 2 sessions of what they call bloodletting. You know, in the old days, it would have been leeches. So I could always buy him a leech for his birthday. His birthday's on the 25th of this month. He's already earmarked his presents, you know. You take vitamin B complex with C. I just take a multivitamin, because they do recommend that when you do a low carb diet that you do multivitamins. And I when I first started it, this time round, just before Christmas, I had a little bash at it, and I kept getting twitchy lips, and like little muscles in my lips were driving me absolutely round the twist. They were just twitching away. I felt like I was Marilyn Monroe when I talk. You know, it's just really awful and very, very off-putting when you talk. So I googled it, and it was potassium and magnesium deficiencies, which this diet can do to you, because you don't eat anything that's rich in it anymore. So I decided to get myself some supplements, and it did make it better. Didn't stop it, but it was very rare that I got it. Of course, when I don't low carb, I don't have it at all, so I know that it's nothing untoward, otherwise it'd happen all the time. But it's very annoying. You have a new doctor surgery, like going back in time. Tea and biscuits. You know, when you go and have blood and they give you the tea and biscuits. I've never done it because I've always been a wuss when it comes to needles, but my son's ex-girlfriend wanted to go, and she talked me into going with her. So we got there, and they didn't give me any kind of info about it at all before we went. And so I plucked up the courage to actually go, and that was big for me. So when I got there, they said, oh, have you had anything with these things in this morning? And for breakfast, because I was low carb in, I'd had tuna and mayonnaise, and I wasn't allowed to do it because I'd eaten mayonnaise. So it wasn't like on purpose, you know, trying to get out of her or anything, but they wouldn't let me do it because I'd eaten mayonnaise. You're not allowed to have anything fatty, and I suppose it's made of oil, isn't it? So I got out of it and never went back. But she had it done. But yeah, weirdly, no one said don't eat any of this, or, you know, try and fast or anything. It's just turned up, you know, and didn't have any info. I have made it back to the start, so I'm going to... Oh, hang on, that's not right. I'm going to stop because I feel like it's taking me away. Right, I'll put that down there. So yeah. Isn't it odd, though? I wonder why you can't have mayonnaise. Why can't you have fatty things in your blood? Don't get it. Does the blood just come out like pure fat or something? Bizarre. I don't know. Oh, so you know this channel, Rock Steady? I've been thinking about all the things that I could perhaps do on here. I mean, I do lots of different things. Anytime I have anything unboxing wise, I put it on here, and I do, if I've got like a medical treatment or a beauty treatment that I'm going to give a go, I do it on here. And I do some YouTube help ones, but as and when they pop up, and I do scam alerts, and you know, there's a multitude of things that go on this channel. But I was thinking, mate, what can I do that I haven't thought of? Any ideas? That it's a lifestyle-ish channel. I mean, I could do some recipes, I could do some cooking. I know I used to have diet rocks, but I don't feel like resurrecting that channel and having another one to kind of feed. So this one is lifestyle and is all encompassing. So I could put anything that's either diet related or recipe related on here anyway. So what could I do on this channel that I might not have thought of? What do you think? Any ideas, guys? Any ideas? Your help required. You're a rare blood type. Carry a card stating it. Should give blood, really. What blood type are you? Every time you have treatments, you can't eat. Always starving when they're over. I don't know why they won't let you eat. It's weird, isn't it? I've never had, you know, they've never said to me, even when I go for my cancer checks or if I have to have a scan or anything like that, they never say don't eat or anything. So I've always stuffed my face. A minus. Oh, okay. I'm really a common blood type. In the UK, I'm O positive, or is it O neg? It's O negative, isn't it? So yeah, I'm the commonest UK blood type there is, which just so happens if you're in the US is rare, and everyone in the US is A or something, or AB, or you know, that's the common one out there. So maybe you're a kind of weird, that, isn't it? When you consider that if you go back in time, you know, like all the way back, we got on the Mayflower and off we went, not us, but you know what I mean? And from Ireland and the UK went over to America. And then you've got the Spanish that went to America. How come it's different blood group? You know what I mean? It's like, why? Why is that? It's bizarre, isn't it? You don't. It's unbelievable, really, when you think about it. O neg, yeah. So what have you got? What treatments do you have to have, Teresa? Yours is A positive. Positive's the one that's more rare, isn't it? Negative's the one that's you want to be. Isn't that right? You don't want to be rhesus positive, do you? In any way. Especially when you're having a baby or something. I can't remember now. It was a long while ago since I did that at school and all that stuff. So I've got my cancer checkup on the 26th. And it's been cancelled by them 3 times now. So I'm really, really hoping that they don't cancel it again. If they do, I'm going to just rock up and say I shall not be moved. Now, I won't be able to do that because he doesn't even come from this area. But I'm hoping that they won't cancel it again. And I think because it's so overdue now that they won't. But yeah, it's supposed to be. You know, I'm on year 3, so it's supposed to be every 2 to 3 months, I think. But, you know, it's been ages. It has. And I've had several concerns in that time. So, you know, I really do need them to have a good gulp in my gob. And a cat, hi. Woo woo. Don't forget the thummy, guys. Been working on beating cancer for 4 years. Where is it? Radiation and chemo since all of that immunotherapy. Someone very close to me has just had their cancer return, which is quite sad. And that person got it before I did. And when I was diagnosed, they were there for me and called me a lot and looked after me in that respect. And so then I get concerns and there's returns. And it's one of those things that you just think, is this an omen then? Is it an omen that I will be plunged back into that horrible world again? I don't know. I do feel for you. It is. It is a horrible thing. It is. And yeah, they say 1 in 2 now, isn't it? So how did it ever get that prevalent? Really, it must be something to do with our lifestyle these days, mustn't it? It is terrible. It's awful. An awful thing. And it's not just, it's not so bad. You can maybe combat it if if there wasn't more than one type. But there's so many types, that's the thing. But one good thing is that there's always new treatments, always new research, and they cure more and more of them all the time. Oh no, my phone went near the other one. I hate it when that happens. Now they are married. They don't need to be married, they're phones. But that one's fine. Does annoy me. Share the play, no, just go away. Right, did I miss anything? Don't think so. Let me come out and go back in. Stupid phones. Just don't do it. Don't do it. It's silly. Why would I want them to do that? It annoyed me so much because the one that I'm using here doesn't have a SIM card in it at all. And it stood too close to my phone. This is my phone. Hello, there you are. This is my phone. And it was too close to it, so it married it. And so then I was using this phone and it rang. I thought, how can it ring? It doesn't have a SIM card. But it was because one of these phones that has a SIM card, I've got two. I've got this one and this one. This is the new one. It's annoying. But this is my old one, and I had to get a new one because it's too heavy for my gimbals. And I needed two for the gimbal, so I needed a new one. But I prefer my old phone to the new one, so I use the old one. But if I stand them too close together, then they go like this, and they synchronise, and then that will do what this one should be doing, and vice versa. It's really annoying. If I could find a way of stopping that from happening, I don't even know what it's called to Google. Very annoying. Your friend is having a 4D scan today. She's pregnant. If you can smell the baby. What if it? Wow. Actually, when Paul and Victoria had their baby, they had the 4D scan. Was it 3D scan? A 4D scan? What do they do there then? What's a 4D scan? They splash you in amniotic fluid. Fully immersive. Get in there with it. So, yeah, we had that where the baby looks all fine. It's got like good features, and then it suddenly looks like a massive brain or something because they move and it all distorts. So it can be alarming. Excuse me, I've got itchy nose. It can be really alarming to look at. But there's only a part of the picture that looks all right, and you think, does the rest of the baby look like that? Obviously it doesn't. It's just where it moves. Oh, excuse me. Oh no. Non-small cell squamous cell. And it had metastasized, so lung, liver and adrenal glands. Now they have found a new one called broken glass nodule cancer in your right lung. Oh my God, you're not worried about it. God has your back. That is a great attitude. I don't know. What if it's ugly? Can you change your mind? And I had this neighbour once, and oh, I don't even like to admit this. But well, Teresa, what are they doing for you? Are they shrinking them all? They operate? What are they going to do? So yeah, I had this neighbour once, and there was two of them. They were really, really, really best friends. One lived a bit further up, and they both had babies at the same time. Well, they were going to, but the one next to us, she miscarried, and then she got pregnant straight away because she wanted to have a baby at the same time as her friend. And so obviously the first one that was born, really beautiful baby and lovely and chubby and like baby should be. So then the one next door was born, And the father was really tall and skinny and had a really thin face. And she was really tall and thin and had a bit of a thin face. And when the baby was born, I swear to God, it was long and skinny, and it had a really long, thin head, and then it had this massive, big raspberry birthmark that was raised. It looked like a big button on top of its head. And I kind of went to have a look at the baby, and I looked in, and you know that the instant reaction they're looking for is, oh, but the first reaction is silence. And that says it all, basically. You try your best and they go, oh, bless, it's lovely. But they kept a hat on that child for a very long time till all its hair grew. What on earth? What earth can you do? You kind of look in, but the silence really gives the game away that you're not going to go, straight away. You try not to do that. You try to be like diplomatic, but your reaction's delayed. And you can't help it. It was a blessed ugly baby, that's all I can say. Yeah, very, very... But, you know, all babies are lovely, especially in their parents' eyes, but wow. Oh, all yours are ugly. Very hairy, like little monkeys. But now they're so handsome. So there is hope that that baby grew up to be a gorgeous, gorgeous person. They've knocked out the first ones. Look like maybe lung resection for this one. My reaction was, what a shame. No, I didn't quite go that far, Julia. I mean, you know, you're just sort of like, isn't he lovely? And you're just like, I hope they can't tell. My first reaction was, oh, you know, you can't really be off that, can you? Poor little thing. No, my two, when they were born, Paul looked a bit like E.T. because he was dragged out by forceps. Oh, I forgot to tell Gary, and he's here, guys, and he doesn't know. So heaven knows what he might say. Anyway, he was dragged out, so he had a distorted head. And then Michael, well, he didn't, and he came out the sunroof, and he was just round and like you should. But for a while, Paul had a very misshapen kind of head. I thought, oh, you know, I hope it's not going to stay like that. It didn't, thank goodness. Hello, I'm on a live. Want to say hello, Gary? It's wonder he didn't say hello, Gary.
Hello, Gary.
No, he did. What can you do? Did you have a good day?
It's all right.
Good.
Nothing special about
No. Yeah, the second one, that would have been worse, wouldn't it? I couldn't say that. Oh dear, no. You know. Cheers. Let's calm down. Oh, that's so nice. Got steak today. We have got a Big Daddy steak, even. Big Daddy steak. Oh no, maybe not. They are in the fridge, but we did roast 2 kind of turkey legs yesterday. That sounds extravagant, but they were small. And yesterday there was so much that needed cooking at the same time that we cooked it all. Apart from the steak, obviously, that didn't need it. So it'll probably be turkey leg today. Sit there and gnaw it. But they're funny, aren't they, turkey legs? Because they've got all those like sinews inside that you have to try and avoid and eat round. So yeah, turkey lurkey today. Karen, hello. It's the first time you've seen Gary. Oh, he does pop his head round occasionally. You had dinner party once where your youngest son approached a couple and asked them if, pointing at a little girl, if there is their daughter. When they said yes, he said, well, she sure is ugly. Almost fell out. Children are so honest. They are, though, aren't they? They really are. Michael used to embarrass me all the time. especially if I was in the changing room of the swimming pool. My ex always used to take Paul into him with him because Paul was older and Paul was a swimmer. I mean, that boy swam, you know. I take the credit for that because, you know, that Dr. Spock, and I don't mean the guy with the ear rolls, I mean the one that was a paediatrician. He said that if you threw a baby in the water, it would swim. And I have knows what possessed me, but I thought, well, let's see if this works then. And so I lobbed him in, and he did. He swam, and he never he was able to swim from day one like a fish, and he could breathe underwater as well. It's really quite weird, but you know, if he went down giggling, he'd come up giggling. He was just didn't drown or take it in any way. So Mike, on the other hand, when you went swimming with him, he would attach himself to you like a brooch and would not let go. So you could all you could do was bob around with this, like, you know, in Predator, the face hugger, when he was like here instead of, he was just attached permanently, and you couldn't really do anything but bob. That was all you could do. And yeah, then when it come to getting changed, Michael was naughty, very, very naughty all the time. He was a little monster, and his brother wasn't. So it was like, oh, I'll take him in and get him changed then, and you can have the Klingon. So I did, and I'd take him in with me, and he would shout things out like, why have you got spots on your titties, mummy? And I'd like, and the big, because he had a big booming voice. I mean, he had a really big booming voice. That's why he was good at singing, I think. He could do it without a microphone. He's so loud. And I'd go, I haven't. He go, you have, look. And I'm like, no, I haven't. You go, you have, look. I mean, obviously it wasn't spots he was talking about, but I'm like, oh, for God's sake. And I'd quickly get dressed in the, like, even though I was still wet, you know, just to kind of shut him up. Very, very embarrassing child. Very embarrassing child. Yeah, mine were very different too. Very. See, now they've got their own little boys. Tyler is just like his daddy. Harley is just like his daddy. So now Tyler's the live wire. And it's like I say to Mike, this is payback. Because you run rings around me, this is payback. Now you've got Ty. And that, Tyler's nowhere near as bad as Mike was. Nowhere near. When one of yours was little, he went up the stairs to the doctor's surgery lady in front and he shouted, wow, Mum, look at the size of her bum. We had to sit in the waiting room with her. It's like saying, that man got a big nose and things like that, you know. That would be Michael. He would just do that. He was so very observant, always in trouble. There was a couple of things I can't even mention. Now we live in a woke society. I can't mention them. Woke and politically correct means I can't tell you those stories. Exactly. That's my kid for you. Well, both of them, in fact, have those kind of tales. Paul on a train one time when he was a baby had this unfortunate gurgle, you know, like when babies babble and they say what they do, whether it's a, you know, they might. Paul's was this. He would go golly 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 golly. Well, you can imagine what happened with him going golly 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 golly. If you can't imagine, I can't tell you. But yeah, that was as much as he ever did. I mean, he was such a good child. When I say good, don't get me wrong, I'm not under the illusion that I had one good one, one naughty one. That's not what happened. I just had one quiet one, and one that you just see him do it and hear him do it. So half the problems that we had when they were growing up was because Paul had pushed him into it, or, you know, made him do it, or hit him first. So this is my school of parenting, right? I used to walk out the door, and as I'd walk out, I'd put my head round like this, and I'd go, oh, if one of you cries, I'm going to smack you both. And they'd like look up. So I mean, I know I'll get the wrong one, but you know what? I'd also get the right one. Makes it worth it. And then I'd walk away. I'd never smack them, but it was like the deterrent worked. It's like the nuclear arms deterrent. That was my little nuclear arms deterrent within the family. So, oh, by the way, so just think about it. Otherwise, one would poke the other one would hit the other one, and then it would be. Wah. If I didn't do that, the minute I walked out the door, I would hear, because that would be Michael crying. But whether it was his fault or his brother's fault, I don't know. And you could never get to the bottom of it. So I just used to say that. And then they wouldn't do anything. It was great. Until they got older, they didn't care anymore. Are those Karen cakes next to me? But these ones, no. They are going to be in my shop, I think. These ones are emu cakes. These are James C. Brett's. Oh, these are Karen cakes. Yeah, they are. Those are Karen. No, that's a lime brown mandala. I thought I did have some. Well, hey, we've got a landslide going on. I did have some Karen that were very similar to these, and I made a shawl out of it, and I have got them somewhere. But these ones are lion brand mandala. I have to say, they feel exactly the same as the blue ones do. So I think they might be a 3-weight. Let's get my little neck light out and have a look. The other one's still with my book, Julie. Yep, these are 3-weight ones, exactly the same as the blue ones that I'm using. Still packaged up. And I was toying with the idea of putting them in my shop or not. I don't know. But that one does feel as if it's got a wider strand. Maybe not. But they're lovely colours. I love these Moby ones. Yeah, I've kind of got lots and lots of... Why has that got any packaging like that? I don't know. I don't know where it came from, you know. Oh, well. I'm not sure where I got those from. But these, I want to stock these. Oh, yarn boobies, look. But, although I want to stock them, they... the people that own them, the shop, people that own the company, they have a shop of their own, an online shop. And they say that they don't give that online shop discount, which is not true, because there is no way they would sell those and make less than £1 profit on them. They just wouldn't, you know, just wouldn't happen. So when because they sent me a big sample box, and they said, you know, are you planning on stocking them? You know, how did you like your samples? I said, I absolutely love the samples and I'd love to stock them, but I cannot do that. Not all the time that you're obviously giving this place a massive discount, because I cannot compete with that. And I'm, you know, you say you don't give them a discount, but that's just obviously not true. So they offered me a discount. I haven't yet looked it up. On my desk. So at this one and this one, these are the Lion brand ones. This I think is Happy. This is Happy, but this one was a mandala baby, and I was making my blanket with it. Is that the one you meant? Is that the one you meant? Those are, I have some, do have some Karen cakes somewhere, but mostly, and I've got some roll with it that I got from Joann's, but mostly my cakes are from the US. I don't know, Gary bought me these ones. I have no idea where he got them from, but they're called Woolly Hugs, Bobble Cotton. So I do have a few cottony ones and other cakes that come from other areas and other places. I've still got those bright, really bright ones that I had. There, you can just about see one. Which were those ones that I got, were called Black Friday. And obviously I bought them at Black Friday, but no idea where I got them from. But yeah. Very similar here. Oh yeah, with all the kids. On the desk are mandalas. Yep, that's right. Oh, yeah. So you answered for me. That's cool. When I sold computers in the 90s, the customers got points towards a cruise. Wonder if the yarn company does incentives like that. Sadly, not. They don't even give you points towards yarn. Not going to give you that, are they? Give you nothing. Some of them give you a big fat nothing, absolutely nothing. Unless you've got massive, massive buying power, then they want you. They want to give you all sorts then. But I said, when I did the yarn quests, I used to go around all the local yarn shops, and I had this idea, and I put it to a couple of them, and I said, we don't get much in the way of discounts. I said, but perhaps we would if we combined our order. But then again, that would make tax reporting really difficult, wouldn't it? At the end of the day, well, that bit was mine, that bit wasn't, and it might all be in one name, which you then couldn't say was yours, and so it really wouldn't work out in your favour when you come to reporting it for tax, unless you did one order was mine, and then the next one was the other one, then the next order, and then we went round in a trio. Sounded good at the time, but I've got a few teething problems there, obviously. Cheers. I'm going to have a little slurpage. It's so warm out there. I can hear the wind howling. I don't know if you can pick it up, but I can hear the wind howling out there. Had to go out a bit. Back now. Okay. Thanks for coming back. You love my light. This one, I got it in one of those pop-up Christmas shops that we didn't. Funny enough, I didn't see any this year. But when you go to a shopping centre, or you're down the high street and suddenly there's a shop and it's just called Everything Christmas or something. We used to get lots of those, and it was like little flowers. I don't know what flower it's meant to be. But yeah, they're beautiful, like little daisies sort of thing. Well, not even daisies. But they morph, all of them, they change colour. Now you can get them like that, but they're little balls rather than flowers. So when I had it, I put it on the counter and I thought, it's not Christmassy, is it? It is lights, but it's not, I won't say it's Christmas anymore. And the balls are not really Christmas either. So I just figured, you know what, I use them as lamps all the time. But I like to put that one on when I do my videos, because I think it's cute. I don't have it on all the time. I do turn it off afterwards. But yeah, it does make me have a green tinge though. That's the only thing. It makes me look a bit like the Hulk. Sadly, my body makes me look a bit like the Hulk at the moment. I do need that diet big time. Ice storm, oh my God. Raining, raining, raining. Where Karen is. Hello, Karen. Not here. It's very windy. We had a storm. Isha. I want to call it Isha, but it was Isha. And that hit last night. I did take a video. I don't know if you're going to see it. I tried to brighten it. Let me see if this works. You won't get the sound if I've turned it right off. Where is that one? These are our trees. I don't know if you're going to see them. Right opposite. Oh, that's going to get in the way, isn't it? There we go. They're just blowing about. See that? They're massive trees, but it doesn't look that impressive, does it? There they are again. That gets in the way. Look how dirty my phone is. It's just fingerprints. But yeah, they were crazy. It doesn't really do it justice, but they were going like all over the place. I was a bit worried that we would end up with a tree falling down. Now those are conifers, so they don't tend to uproot. Sometimes, even in '87 when we had that really big storm, it was the ones that had leaves that tended to uproot, not the conifers so much, because they are pointy and they tend to willow and bend. Yeah, we didn't get those break, but out the back, the person behind us has one of those trees that's like pine cones on it, and kind of looks coniferish, but it's a big pine cone tree, and it's actually tree shaped, so like a big trunk, and then other branches come off it. And that one year was on its side like this, and all she did was like pull it back up again and like thread it down, so it can't be very safe. So I figured that might, but if it does fall, it's either going to squash the fence or her own greenhouse. And then Lee's tree next door, now that looks like it's leaning against her house because she's got like an extension out the back, like a a proper conservatory, not like mine. But it looks like it's leaning against it, so it does look quite dangerous. Makes you think of spring. It doesn't look Christmassy at all, does it? It was in the Christmas shop, but I think it's just too pretty. Hi, Kim and Dizzy Tack. Good to see you. You have to go to work, Karen. Thank you very much for coming in. I'm not going to be on like for much longer because obviously now Gary's back. I have to do dinner, but I've got a little while. I really do need to clean that phone because my chat's behind on my own phone now because I showed you the pictures of the trees, so I just saw how bad my phone. But you're not supposed to clean it with anything. Obviously you can, not solutions and stuff like that. It destroys the coating, so it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea to do that, to do those with solutions and bits and bobs like that. Excuse me. So I just need to, where am I? It went off again. Hi, Justin. I don't know what that is, but it's the green. Was that reaction to me saying that I was Hulk-like? It's green. Probably. Oh, I'm getting to feel quite cold now. I think it's because the sun's gone down. I think I have noticed it's started to get darker a little bit later now, because it was getting dark about 4, half 3, 4 o'clock, and I think it is staying lighter for a bit longer. Well, it'll soon be spring, Can't wait to see the room once it's done. You guys have worked hard on it. Which room do you mean? Have I been on an hour? Wow. See, he's been working on the bedroom behind. That's looking good. But I need to get a headboard because we've got a problem with the one at the moment. Now, the one that I've got at the moment is very wrought iron, although it's not. It's just, well, it is, I suppose, tubular. But it's shaped like this, and it's got, like, things that come up either side with, like, ornate doodahs on it. Knobs, I suppose you could call them. And it got crisscross bits in between like that. And apart from the fact that they're dust harbourers, which is not good for me because I'm allergic to dust, every time you even walk in the room, you can hear it creaking. And if you turn over in bed, it's like, because it's got this metallic, you can feel it going through the tubes. It's very annoying. It didn't used to do that, so I've got a feeling it hasn't been secured right. But since I've kind of got used to having a proper headboard, I want to get rid of that one and get one of those that go flat against the wall. The ones that look like hotel ones, maybe, but not, I think, massive. I want to get a new headboard. Oh, the conservatory. Well, that kind of, we've done one wall of the conservatory, and we've got a bit of a problem with the conservatory. It gets damp, and the reason it gets damp is because this is a hill that we live on, and next door's house was higher than ours, but it wasn't as high as it is now. The guy who had it before wanted to make his garden bigger so that he could be higher up, therefore see the sea more. So he raised up his garden, and then it was a massive drop. So he filled in the side of this house. And so now you've got half the wall, like if you're on the inside, this is the outside wall. Half of it is soil. So this part here is got soil against it. So there's no damp course. He didn't think, I'll damp course that, or won't put it right up against the house. And Joyce, who lived here, didn't know, the ins and outs. So consequently, that just sinks through the brickwork and makes that room on that wall damp. So I need to find a way to stop that. I can't damp course the outside. I've got to try and damp course the inside. So I've been looking into that. The other wall now has that red paint effect, what we did. But I said to Gary, once we've sorted out that wall, maybe we can do like the what we made the ceiling and the panels with along the we could do there all the way along. So that's kind of the same level. So you've got the wall there, and there's a wall. You've got the soil there. Then on the inside you'll have panels. So it will hide that part once it's made right. And then the top part we can paint or do whatever. So we're kind of going to do that. So we're a long way off that because we're still at the moment doing the bedroom. The lounge is finished. Well, it will be when they, I think, on the 24th of February, maybe, fit the blinds. And then that room is actually done and finished. The kitchen will have a blind as well. Now, because I had to reject that, we had bought some furniture and I had to reject one because it was too big. So rather than, because we've got it on interest-free credit, and rather than kind of just reject it and lose money, they said if we choose other things, then that won't happen. So our table, as you may remember a long time ago, has a hole in it, and I did take it up with Next where I bought it, and I did kerfuffle with them. They did nothing about it. So we ordered a new table and a little skinny chest of drawers to go at the end of the wardrobe and a little nest of tables. So that come to more, but they let us off. So we're going to get those bits and pieces. So the table, Gary's going to use it for his craft table that I've got at the moment, but the new table will go in, and it's grey, so, and it's ceramic, going to be cold, but it will look nicer, and it's slightly longer, so I won't need to pull it out when people come. But if I need to, the ends pull out, and you only have to really pull out one end to make it long enough for, like, if you get, even if you've got 2 more adults and a couple of kids come to dinner. So that'll be fine. So yeah, the rooms, every one of them is not yet finished. It's slightly, some are nearer than others, but it's because we've done so much all at once. It has felt like everywhere you turn is a mess, especially as we're switching around the rooms. And then I took what we had in the living room. We had 2 sideboards. One's going to be in Gary's craft room and the other's in mine. So I had to get that out there and switch all that around on my own. So yeah, it was like, oh, you know, it's been a nightmare. It has, but it'll be worth it in the end. Hopefully it will be. Gonna rain for 3 days. Oh wow. When I say 4:30, do you mean 3:30 or 4:30? Well, between 3:30 and 4:30 it used to get dark, but now it's already 15:42 and it's blazing sunshine. So it's getting dark later, that's all. Have to do a live tour when it's done? Well, I can do. I can show, I usually just show bits and bobs as they happen. And this room here will be the first, well, apart from the blinds, that will be done then. It's very dark in there. I think, when I look at it and I think, wow, we've really gone dark in the living room. We've got dark carpet, we've got dark walls, we've got dark, they're all kind of different shades, and the sofas are Air Force blue, which is a kind of a greeny blue, but very dark. And yeah, when I think, why did we go so dark in every way? And I think it's because everywhere was white, you know. And it's like when in my last house, everywhere was magnolia. So it was kind of a reaction, you know, try and get some colour and some textures and stuff in the house. So everything being white in the past, suddenly it's now not. That bedroom's pink and beautiful, I have to say. It will be. Are you off? Okay, Julie, thanks for coming in. Mwah, good to see you. So I'm going to be getting off myself in a sec as well, because I've got to go sort out what we're having for dinner. Gary said just have turkey, nothing else. But I always feel like, you know, that's not really a dinner, is it? That's just picking at stuff. And I do have sweetheart cabbage and all that sort of thing to use up. But Gary won't probably want that. He's got a thing about it. He doesn't want veg at the moment. We even had, what did we have yesterday? We had, sounds really posh. We had pheasant cooked. It was a paprika kind of coating. It was really, really nice. And minty lamb. Oh, boy, was it good. It was lovely. Cabbage. I like sweetheart cabbage. And Savoy. I like all cabbage, to be honest with you. When I was at school, I always used to be the person that people could dump their cabbage on. And especially greens. No one liked greens. But school dinners when I was a kid were good. You know, they were really nice. And so people say, oh, God, I don't like this. Will you eat it? And I go, yeah, go on. Stick it on. And I just tons and tons of greens, but I'd eat them all. Tracy, eat my cabbage. Put it on then. You know. I suppose it could have been worse. It could have been like something really fattening, but no. It was just I was the cabbage bin. Anyone didn't want it. Oh no, either my eyesight or my picture's gone wafty. Oh, is it my eyes? Do you know, it doesn't help that I've got crinkles there, but it seems like everything went the same, went really crinkly. It might have been my eyes. My revenge of the cabbage has come back to get me. You love cabbage, no matter how it's cooked. We actually did have some cooked in a very, that really is throwing my eyesight off. This is making me feel like I'm it's weird. I didn't notice it before, but it's really starting to like I have to focus on something straight for a minute and then come back to you. It's just it's really weird. It's having a very strange effect on me just looking at it. Yeah, we had some like grilled cabbage. It was part of a fancy restaurant we went to. Charlotte last year, her Christmas present to us was dinner at the Shard. We had some pretty fancy stuff, but it was very, very nice. And well, we had dinner and then we went to the Shard. But we was the London Steakhouse Company, big, big restaurant, but mega, mega bucks to eat there. 4:30. No, it means 4:30. 3:30 is 3:30. So 1:30 is 1:30, 2:30, 3:30. So yeah, half is after. So it's like 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. So yeah, sorry about that. But it's just an Englishism, I guess. A Britishism. I have to stop saying English. Britishisms where we have 1:30, 2:30. So it's like past. We just miss out the word past because, you know, it's just economical with words. Anyway, I'm going to get off now. Thank you for coming and spending your time with me. I've really, really enjoyed it. I will do more lives on this and on Crochet Box, but don't forget to watch my open with me for my book that I did, and watch out for the AstroTurf comment. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for coming. Bye for now, everyone. Take care.